Every time I see you, you make my heart say.
Tragedy in Buffalo, New York. A mother was brutally slain in front of her 3 children, taking them to school while wearing a bulletproof vest. Kiara Hudson, mother of 3, was in an abusive relationship with a man that she married only this year. And although her family was not okay with her marrying, she chose to do so. And her husband attacked her. She posted a video on Facebook of the altercation with her husband, and he was arrested and released. When he got out of jail, she had relocated to her mother's house. She stayed in the house, only leaving to take her kids to school. She just bought a bulletproof vest because she said that she felt he was going to cause fatal harm to her. And she was right. The next time she left home to take her kids to school while wearing the vest, she went around the corner from her mom's house. He ran into the front of her car, and with her 3 kids in the car, he fatally wounded her. Here is the initial video posted to Facebook, and I will be back with the rest of my commentary. Kiara's family was very upset about not only the fact that he was released, but the fact that they felt that nothing was done. Although she was working with a domestic violence advocate, all of the charges that he received were misdemeanors, and he was not required to bail out. He was just charged, I guess, given a date to come back to court and released. She did speak with the advocate. She did show the advocate the video of him hurting her, and she was told to give it to the police. But for some reason, she wasn't able to immediately turn it over to the police. The day that she was supposed to turn it over to the police was the day that her life ended. Here is a little bit more information from her local news.
Questions tonight about why this man was not in custody.
A lot of questions. Buffalo police call Adam Benefield a person of interest in the death of Kiara Hudson. Just to clarify, police identify the victim as Kiara Benefield. You may have heard that. She was married to Adam, but family members tell me that she did not use his last name. Police say Hudson was shot and killed in her vehicle near Shawnee and Richlawn Wednesday morning. Her family tells 7 News she left the house yesterday wearing a bulletproof vest, knowing she was in danger. Right now, Adam Benefield is not in custody, but he has already spent years in prison. Benefield was convicted on attempted kidnapping charges in 2000. He was in prison for 15 years, granted parole in 2015. The conditions for his parole expired 2 years later.
The 7 News I-team also uncovered new charges that were filed against Benefield earlier this week. The Erie County District Attorney's Office tells us Benefield was arraigned on several charges on Tuesday. That was 1 day before Hudson was killed. Those charges include assault, criminal mischief, menacing, unlawful imprisonment, and harassment. The DA's office also tells us these were all misdemeanor charges, and he was released because these offenses do not qualify for bail.
And we've been doing a lot of research on this. That is not, of course, sitting well with Hudson's family. We are bringing you team coverage of a story that we first shared with you yesterday. Olivia Proya is live in Cheektowaga, where police just gave an update on the case a few minutes ago. But we begin with the questions and concerns about why Adam Benefield is still a free man.
This is just crazy because a lot of domestic violence been going on, especially with females, and the police are not doing anything. The courts are not doing anything.
Montasia Jeter says the system failed her sister, Kiara Hudson. Kiara was shot and killed in front of her 3 children Wednesday morning. Jeter says Hudson was in an abusive relationship with her husband, Adam Benefield, who has a lengthy criminal record. His most recent arrest, Tuesday. He was arraigned and released.
They knew that this man was a criminal. They should have never let him out in the first place.
Andrew Hodge is the victim's ex-boyfriend and father of one of the kids in the SUV the day Hudson was killed. Hudson's family believes bail reform is to blame. I spoke with New York State Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes, who is a strong supporter of bail reform.
At the end of the day, bail reform is about not incarcerating people prior to a trial. And there was a lot of things they could have done with that gentleman besides let him go.
But the clerk for the Cheektowaga judge that did let him go tells our I-team Judge James Spire's hands were tied because of bail reform, saying the charges, all misdemeanors, were non-qualifying offenses. The victim's family says they won't stop until justice is served. They say there were numerous warning signs, including a video posted on social media appearing to show Kiara being physically abused.
She just bought a bulletproof vest,
And she took a picture in it last night and said, if this isn't a cry for help, I don't know what is. Buffalo Police Department. Nobody did anything. Nobody has been doing anything.
And now she mentioned the police. Now the captain of the Cheektowaga Police Department speaking moments ago saying his officers did all they could legally. He says a domestic violence advocate was working with Hudson. He also said it is, quote, frustrating when you try, you have so many steps in place and you know somebody is in danger. You know there's a clear and present danger, yet the court has no option but to let this person back out into our community, end quote.
Buffalo, New York is apparently going through something called bail reform. And with this bail reform, basically, unless you have a felony that you are being detained for, they just let you go, basically, for lack of something better to say. It is supposed that you're just supposed to be able to get out of jail if you have a trial coming up. That bail reform is not supposed to affect at this level, but the local police say that what they did is all that they were able to do. Now, what I find interesting is the fact that domestic violence is not a felony. The reason that he was released the day before taking her life, allegedly, is because all of his arrested offenses were misdemeanors. I will continue to follow this. Currently, he is a person of interest, but he is not in custody still. We are about 2 to 3 days out from the initial incident. No information has been made available about her kids except for one of them. The father said that his child is doing okay. They did witness the fatal assault. And like I said, we will continue to watch this case, and when more information is available, I will definitely make it available to you. See you in the next video. Justice for Kiara Hudson.